Welcome to BBC London. I'm Victoria Hollins. Inspectors at 3 Essex hospitals have demanded immediate improvements after finding medical care has deteriorated. The Care Quality Commission visited Basildon, Southend and Broomfield hospitals after being alerted to safety concerns. They've all been rated inadequate for medical care. However, the CQC also found across all 3 services people were treated with compassion and kindness. Alice Bandakravi reports.
At Broomfield Hospital, inspectors found high vacancy rates and not enough nursing and support staff. At Basildon Hospital, they discovered leaking and damaged pipes in a room where a patient was being treated. And at Southend Hospital, not enough medical staff had the right qualifications, skills and training to keep patients safe. According to the Care Quality Commission, inspectors found catheter bags touching the floor and an elderly patient in pain who could not reach the call bell. The regulator says Mid and South Essex NHS Foundation Trust knows what it needs to do.
Concerns that we found are now highlighted to the Trust so they know what they need to do to improve. I think there's obviously there's the wider picture in terms of the challenges that are external to the Trust, but there are obviously things which are within the Trust's gift to put right.
Broomfield, Basildon and Southend hospitals were all rolled into Mid and South Essex NHS Foundation Trust back in 2020. It remains requiring improvement and will need to make significant changes in order to improve that rating. The Trust says the report was hugely disappointing and that work was already underway to address the issues raised. Alice Bandakravi, BBC London.
A mother campaigning to prevent the release of her daughter's killer is calling for common sense to prevail. Diana Parks' daughter, Joanna Simpson, was bludgeoned to death by her husband, Robert Brown, in 2010. He was jailed for 26 years for her manslaughter, but is due for early release in November.
Why are we stuck with this verdict? Surely common sense should get in somewhere. You know, why isn't common sense playing part of the law? It doesn't seem to. That's what frightens me. He's dangerous. He's not only dangerous to us, but he's dangerous to anybody he comes in contact with, any woman. You know, if he has a relationship with another woman, who knows what he might do.
The family of a man shot dead as he left his home in Lambeth have made a fresh appeal for information 2 years after his murder. 27-year-old Matthias Polion was attacked without warning by 2 suspects wearing face masks on the front drive of his Balham home in June 2021. His mother has said she's broken and devastated beyond words. Today, Crime Stoppers is offering up to £20,000 for information that leads to the arrest and conviction of anyone linked to Matthias's murder. Now, at 29, Sabah Ahmadi is one of Britain's youngest imams. He's from the Ahmadiyya Baitul Futuh Mosque in South London, where he uses social media to tackle misconceptions about his faith. He's trying to start a conversation about Islam. His posts have already been viewed thousands of times, as Chelsea Coates has been finding out.
People are genuinely scared of Islam. There was a report put out which said that 1/3 of Britons feel that Islam threatens the British way of life. To me, what being British means is standing together and wanting equality and justice for everyone across the board.
Meet Sabah Ahmadi, one of Britain's youngest imams. He posts videos on social media that tackle misconceptions about his faith and discusses everything from Eid
Muslims know when it's time to celebrate Eid because of the sighting of a new moon.
to arranged marriage.
People think that you don't see your partner until the wedding night. Scarf comes off, boom. That's not what the arranged marriage is.
For me, it's really important to be on social media because it allows people to ask questions about Islam which they might not feel comfortable asking elsewhere. And for me, it's about creating a safe space for conversation and dialogue.
So why are his videos so popular among young Muslims? We went to one of the biggest mosques in the country in South London to find out.
At the root of it, Islamophobia is a lack of knowledge, it's ignorance about the true teaching of Islam. And what Sabah is doing is presenting those teachings of Islam in a very digestible and very easily accessible way.
I think his content is very refreshing. His posts are really like layman and they make it normal.
When someone comes across my Instagram page, I hope they leave feeling inspired that Muslims are humans and just like everybody else, we might look different or speak a different language or have a different worldview, but that doesn't take us away from striving to make the world a better place.
Now, have you heard of biohacking? It's when people make small but significant changes to their diet or lifestyle to improve their well-being, whether that's taking supplements or standing in a freezing cryotherapy chamber. This weekend, London will host biohackers from across Europe for a special summit. Jim Weeble has more.
In Upminster, at this clinic, it's pretty clear what the aim is. Do you like the cold, Louise?
Not really.
Which is a shame, because hairdresser Louise is stepping into something elite athletes know all too well, a cryotherapy chamber at minus 78 degrees. Also now on Upminster High Street. How's it feel?
Feels really good, actually.
The reason she's here, a bad case of plantar fasciitis, an inflammation of the foot, meant she was willing to try anything.
I'd say within weeks, it actually sorted it out, because it's really painful. It's like a dull ache, and it's really, really painful.
Prof, how did you feel on tour?
I felt amazing.
That was the goal, right?
Yeah.
For the musician, Professor Green, biohacking treatments have not only helped on tour, but made a big difference to his health. Today at the Human Clinic in Chelsea, it's a combination of nutrients intravenously infused and red light blood therapy.
I was at the end of my tether. I was in a really, really low place and suffering from terrible, terrible gut issues, which had been incredibly debilitating.
But these treatments are not just only about fixing problems. The key benefit is overall wellness, preventing problems and extending life. Top flight boxers, the Azim brothers, are having their red light therapy and cryo session. But next door to them is one of the clinic's most committed biohackers.
If somebody told me that I could do a therapy and live until I was 110, I would do it for sure. If you have an interesting life and you're happy, then you would want to just keep living that life.
Biohacking has been criticised for being the preserve of a wealthy elite, with DIY hackers using untested gene therapies. But many biohacks are just simple tweaks to your health that can be done at home, proactively improving your sleep being one.
You can do this all for free. Monitor what you eat, monitor how you sleep, and what you consume from the world all affects your biology, which affects how you think and how you feel.
Biohacking can be as simple as regularly taking supplements to getting into an oxygen chamber, as Prof Green is about to do. But the goal is the same: optimise your health and live a longer, healthier life. Jim Weeble, BBC London.
OK, with that, let's get a check on the weather with Elizabeth Rizzini.
Hello there, good afternoon. Well, our Weather Watcher pictures from across town again today just show that it's very similar to how it was yesterday. Lots of blue sky and sunshine across the capital. We will start to see a few changes though by the time we get to the weekend, with more cloud edging in from the west on Saturday, a drop in temperature and possibly some showers on Sunday. But until then, well, the sunshine just set to continue for the rest of the afternoon. The UV levels today are high, the pollution levels are moderate and the pollen levels are very high, as are the temperatures. Of course, again 27-28 degrees Celsius, so not as uncomfortably hot as it was last week. Now overnight tonight we do the same thing all over again. Temperatures will stay in double figures for the most part, probably dropping to around 12 to 14 degrees Celsius for many, clear skies, and the winds will fall lighter too. By the time we get into Saturday, we've got more of a westerly wind and we'll start to drag in a little bit more in the way of cloud. So a cloudier picture on Saturday, but still some sunshine, especially as we head through the afternoon. But a drop in temperature, this time the low to the mid-20s in Celsius, and by the time we get to Sunday, low pressure could help to spark off some heavy, possibly even thundery downpours. But do keep an eye on the forecast because it's still quite uncertain. It does remain warm as we head into next week.
OK, that's it. Assad is here at 6:30 with the evening programme. In the meantime, if you want to find out about the London Lido, where sunbathing isn't allowed yet, head to our website. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.